From punk to police investigation, Bob Vylan'S Glastonbury chant just crossed the line. Glastonbury in shock, Bob Vylan'S death to IDF, chant sparks police probe. Bob Vylan'S death to the IDF, chant sparked a firestorm at Glastonbury. Is this protest, or is it incitement? Let's talk. White down pointing backhand index. A peaceful music festival turned into a political firestorm. And now, one performance at Glastonbury 2025 is under police investigation. Bob Vylan, the London punk duo known for radical lyrics and unfiltered rage, has found themselves at the centre of a national scandal. Their chant on the West Holt stage? Death, death to the IDF. The crowd cheered. The BBC aired it live. And then? Chaos. Hours later, the footage was pulled. The BBC issued a statement calling the remarks deeply offensive. And Glastonbury? They weren't just disappointed, they were appalled. There is no place at Glastonbury for anti-Semitism, hate speech, or incitement to violence, wrote festival organizer Emily Evis in a damning statement. Their chants very much crossed a line. But this isn't just about one performance. It's about the explosive clash between freedom of speech, pro-Palestinian activism, and what critics are calling a glorification of violence. So, what happened? On Saturday afternoon, Bob Vylan took the stage at Glastonbury's West Holts, the same stage that welcomed Irish rap trio Kneecap later that evening. Bobby Vylan, the band's frontman, introduced himself as a violent punk, declaring, "Sometimes we have to get our message across with violence because that's the only language some people speak." The chant followed. The internet caught fire. And within hours, the BBC pulled their performance from its streaming services. But this wasn't an isolated moment. Across the Glastonbury weekend, artist after artist took the stage waving Palestinian flags, shouting "Free Palestine," and even reading statements in support of Palestine Action, an activist group the UK's Home Secretary Yvette Cooper wants to officially ban as a terrorist organisation. TV star Gary Lineker, musician Paloma Faith, bands like TV on the Radio and the Libertines, all showed solidarity with Gaza. Singer Nadine Shah even performed with a projection of Gaza's destruction behind her. She said to the crowd, "I just don't like seeing people being killed." And then she read a letter. Palestine Action is intervening to stop a genocide. We deplore the government's decision to prescribe it. She added chillingly, "If I read this out after the 4th of July, I can potentially be prosecuted for that." Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer weighed in. There is no excuse for this kind of appalling hate speech. The BBC needs to explain how these scenes came to be broadcast. And yet, Health Secretary Wes Streeting, while calling the chants appalling, had sharp words for Israel too. He stated, "I wish the Israeli embassy took the violence of their own citizens towards Palestinians more seriously." The Israeli embassy, for its part, issued a furious response. Freedom of expression is not freedom to incite ethnic cleansing. Death to the IDF is not protest, it's hatred. So where does this leave Glastonbury? Festival organizer Emily Evis made one thing crystal clear. A performer's presence here should never be seen as a tacit endorsement of their opinions and beliefs. But critics say, if hate speech was aired on a national broadcaster, in front of tens of thousands, someone has to take responsibility. The police are now investigating Bob Vylan's performance, along with Kneecaps, a move that could have legal consequences. This is no longer about music. It's about where we draw the line. When is protest too far? Can festivals truly be free spaces when chants of violence echo across their stages? And what does it say about the UK, when the most controversial political moment of the summer doesn't come from Parliament, but from a punk band's MIC?